Testing, testing. Let me just make sure. I changed the setting, so I do apologize. Let's make sure I'm good here. Just want to make sure. I do apologize. Is this going to load up, or is this not going to load up? Be nice if it did. How far back are you guys? Jeez, Is this never going to go on? Anyway, welcome everyone. There we go. Okay, we're good. Welcome everyone to Dr. Delay. I am Dr. Delay, obviously. And tonight we have the Cubs and the Giants. The Cubs 76-55. The Giants have been kind of, well, they've been unfortunate. As of, well, really since May, 63-68. And actually, they did a graphic earlier on the television here. They are 22-37 since they've acquired Rafael Devers, and that is actually tied for the worst record in the major league since that day. So it's just not really been the performance, not been the no team success. So yeah, it's very unfortunate. How's it going, Sean and Ultimate Source? Thank you again. And again, I want to shout out the members. Thank you very much for that. I do appreciate it. But yeah, Cubs and Giants. Hopefully it's a good one. I think it can be. It really just depends if the Giants are able to keep the Cubs at bay. And the Cubs with that high-powered offense. Giants not really known for their offense, known more for their pitching. So it's really going to see if we're going to see a pitching duel or not between these two teams. Now, of course, the Cubs have a pretty solid pitcher. He is named Matthew Boyd. Matthew Boyd, a 12-6 record. 2.61 ERA, whip of a 1.04. He has been very good in the last 7 games. I mean, pretty much just right there. 2.84 ERA, whip of a .97. Again, very, very solid for the Cubs this year. For the Giants, on the flip side, it is a MLB legend, Justin Verlander. Unfortunately, the best days are most likely, well, probably, very likely, indeed, behind him. 1-10 record, 4.64 ERA, whip of a 1.44. Now, you could say he's been improving as of late, but again, it's pretty much the same thing. 4.5 ERA and a whip of a 1.47. So, bad news about the record. Yes, very bad news. Let's go Giants. You need the over 7.5. All right, good luck, Cam. You're going to really need the Giants to score some runs here. Rangers, the Guardians scored a run of the first time in 28 innings. Wow. Okay. Look at that. Shout out Cleveland. Though I still say the Indians, but hey, we'll let it go. Starting lineups. For the Giants, it's going to be Ramos, Devers, Adames, Schmidt, Flores, Chapman, Matos, Bailey, and Gilbert. For the Cubs, the visiting Cubs going to be Bush, Tucker, Suzuki, Crow Armstrong, Kelly, Happ, Horner, Swanson, and Shaw. That is your starting lineups for this one. Believe it or not, earlier in the season they played in the Giants. Again, this is when the Giants were a much different team, much more of a competitive team, very solid. They actually took the series in Chicago 2-1. And you can see there again the Cubs winning Game 1 in Chicago 9-2. The Giants coming back and winning 14-5. And then the Giants winning Game 3 3-1, and of course we got a 3-game set in San Francisco. Again, the Cubs probably looking to take 2. I know they're the visiting team, but they definitely are the much better team entering this one. Their away record is 35-30. The Giants' home record, believe it or not, 30-33, which is just a shame and a travesty because it's such a great ballpark. But what can you do? What can you do? Again, the Cubs are pretty much in control of the number 1 wild card spot. It would take a really good last month, and of course the Brewers kind of fallen back to earth a little bit for them to have a chance at winning the division. For the Giants, they're 7 games back, so they're going to really need to get it together here. Only a month left to go in the season. All right, let's see what we got here. Crazy days. Matthew Boyd related former Expos and Red Sox. Dennis Hoyle. No, probably not. Triskin, yeah. I could not tell you. Guardians also put Carlos Santana on waivers. Oh, that's a shame. Hey, Richard from San Antonio again. Enjoy your podcast when you're doing the Cubs. Keep it up. Hey, I try, man. Thank you very much for tuning on in, Richard. Hopefully we got a good one for you tonight. FYI, I'll be flying to Pennsylvania Thursday morning to Family Matters. Okay. All right, well, thank you for letting me know. I did not know that. I will be pulling for your safety there, Trisk. All right, we are about to get ready in this one as Michael Busch is coming up to the plate. For the season, he's batting .262, OPS of .833, 24 homers, and 74 RBIs as Verlander is on the mound. The Giants are in their black jerseys, white pants. The Cubs in their blues and grays. Here is the pitch, and Busch sends this to right center. And it looks like Gilbert is under it and makes the catch for out number one. So one pitch, one out. Gave it a good ride, but it did find a glove. Now coming to the plate is the right fielder Kyle Tucker, batting .262 on the season. OPS of .839, 21 homers, and 69 RBIs. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm not doing the Pirates tonight. Cubs and Giants are teams that I've been doing a lot throughout the season, so I figured, hey, let's go and get this one done, as that's going to be outside for ball 192 on the gun. Is Michael Busch related to NASCAR legend Kurt Busch? I'm going to go with a no on that one. You're going to lean no. Wouldn't surprise me, though. Probably further down the line there. 1-0 count here to Tucker. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, and that is hit foul. 1-1 to Kyle Tucker. Again, he's been kind of struggling lately. I don't know how he's been the last 7. So it looks like he's kind of found his form. So maybe in the last 7 games, looking a lot better than, the previous month or so. OPS of actually .985. Only batting .250, but a lot of home runs. Here's the 1-1. That's in the dirt for ball 2. Tucker with 3 home runs in the last week. Oh, wow. Seems like he has found his form, and that's exactly what you need just in time for the playoffs. 2-1 count. Verlander kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. 86 on the changeup there. And that'll even the count at 2-2. It's Kyle Tucker and the Marshall Tucker. Yes, he actually confirmed that with me yesterday. 2-2 count. Verlander delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 84 on the gun. Again, another changeup. As Tucker strikes out, that'll bring up Seiya Suzuki. Suzuki batting .243, OPS of .796, 27 homers, and 87 RBIs on the season. So they show Justin Verlander's career. Again, just amazing. 9-time All-Star, 3-time Cy Young Award winner. He won the 2011 MVP. 9th all-time in career strikeouts, 3,515. I don't know if that includes that last strikeout there, as here is the pitch. That is right down the middle for a called strike, 85-mile-per-hour slider. And I do know that, Ultimate Sports. Yes, I am aware of that fact. 0-1 count here to Suzuki. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. 85-mile-per-hour breaking ball just down to the zone. 0-2 count to Seiya Suzuki's DHing tonight. As Verlander kicks and deals. That is just below the zone for ball 1, 85 on the breaking ball. Sean says, go orange. Despite, I'm assuming you're talking about the Giants here, though. They're wearing black. I know they're orange and black. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be poked to center, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Schmidt trying to make a play for it, but just not happening. All right, and that will bring up PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong. He's batting .254, OPS of .802, 28 home runs, and 82 RBIs on the season. Just a very good breakout year for him. Again, we've talked about him last time. We've looked at his statistics. Again, just last year, not really much there, but this year, as that is in there for a called strike. Last year, OPS of 670. This year, 802. Last year, batting 237. This year, 254. 10 home runs last year. This year, 28. So he is popped off as it's an 0-1. Here's the pitch. That is upstairs for ball one. 93 on the fastball. When apparently Justin Verlander, whenever he made his debut, PCA, he was only 3 years old. Oh my goodness. Here's the 1-1. Checked his swing. He did not go. That is ball two. 92 upstairs. Notice you only having a 52% chance of making the playoffs with a loss to Texas. It's probably because, I think that's a little low, but it's probably because, you don't really have much room for errors. That's a pickoff attempt, but he is back safe and sound because it would be a loss at home. And, if they lose, to Michigan, which is possible, and then they could lose to Penn State. If they lose to Texas, then Penn State, I'd say, is on the table. So, yeah, if they go 9-3, they definitely would make it. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be poked back and fouled back. But I don't know. It'll be a good game. I, unfortunately, won't be able to watch. Oh, man, what a list. Verlander's first time facing the Cubs. Juan Pierre, Todd Walker, Ramos Ramirez, Phil Nevin, Jock Jones, John Marby, Ronnie Cedeno, Henry Blanco, Carlos Marmol. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be hit down the right field line. That's going to be fair. Matos has it. Suzuki's booking it to third. And I believe that's going to be runners on the corners with 2 outs. Yeah, I used to watch a long time ago. I mentioned this, almost every time I cover the Cubs, but my family, we had for some reason we had WGN. And yeah, I would watch all the Cubs games, or not all of them, but like once a week, I guess they would come on where we lived. And yeah, that was kind of iconic for me as a kid, beating my Pirates most of the time. As Carson Kelly comes to the plate. Again, runners on the corners, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That is in there for a called strike. Kelly batting .261, OPS of 796, 13 homers and 41 RBIs. Still with the loss, 76. Well, it's because, again, it would be an away loss. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be hit to right. Matos is booking it, and that is going to land foul. Matos was gunning for it, but again, just too far away. Again, college football, home field advantage is such a huge deal. So if you lose at home, it's a huge, it kills you. Again, Texas would be going on the road. It's not going to be as damaging. It would be much more damaging to Ohio State. I think everyone could accept that. 0-2 count to Kelly. Again, runners on the corners with 2 outs. As we're showing the, I don't know what's going on. They're showing the field, so I'm assuming Kelly called for time or something as he steps back into the box. So he did. 0-2 count. Verlander fires. Breaking ball, that gets away, and PCA is going to take second with ease. That is just unfortunate timing if he was trying to keep him on there. It was an 0-2, of course, but breaking ball in the dirt, and he was running, so there's no chance. So runners on second and third. 1-2 count with Kelly at the plate. Verlander looks back at PCA and fires. Breaking ball in the dirt, but of course, no one's going to be able to move up a base, as that would be quite foolish to steal home there, as the ball was just right in front of him. So the count is 2-2. 2-2 is the count, of course. 2 outs, 2 men on. Some would say deuce is wild. Some would say that indeed, as Verlander looks back at second, kicks and deals. That is just, oh my goodness, Kelly shaking his head, and I could see why. That pitch was definitely outside, but he rung him up anyway. Oh, that is devastating. I don't know if it'll show it right here, but yep, there's pitch number 5. You can probably see it on your screen if you have the, if you're able to watch it. As we do head to the bottom of the first inning, 0-0 here in San Francisco. Of course, the reason I say that is I am aware that many people will put on, if they're listening to it on the phone or on the TV, they'll have it on in the background and go ahead and do other things. You got stuff to take care of. Hey, just go ahead and put me to the side. I'll still be here, of course, calling the game, but, you get other things done. Sean loves the call. It was a great call according to Sean. Or maybe he doesn't say that, but he loves the result. So there we go. Again, the Cubs were threatening. All that with 2 outs. Just couldn't come through. Of course, the umpire. Umpire had to put his stamp on things. Once again, folks, thank you guys for tuning on in. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe button, as that definitely helps out the channel. Of course, obviously, I'm a Pirates fan, but hey, I've been bouncing around Major League Baseball. And pretty much if you're a sports fan, then definitely subscribe. I mean, if you're a guy that loves sports or sports betting, definitely subscribe. Of course, I'll be covering the NL postseason, so make sure to subscribe for that. We'll be doing a lot of October baseball on the channel. We'll go over scores at the end of the first inning, but yeah, some surprises happening across Major League Baseball. But again, I appreciate you guys for tuning on in. I know there's some competition tonight, a lot of competition most of the time, so appreciate it. Hopefully I can do well for you. Again, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Again, Boyd will be the pitcher tonight for the Cubs. Been pretty solid, 12-6 with a 2.61 ERA. Very good indeed. As he will face Heliot Ramos. It's batting .260, OPS of .730. 15 homers and 55 RBIs. Verlander got the call because, well, he's Verlander. There we go. That's probably accurate. Very accurate. As Boyd, from the stretch, kicks and deals. That's going to be outside for ball 1. 1-0 count here to Heliot Ramos as we begin the bottom of the first. Boyd fires, and that's going to be outside for ball 2. Then he says, let's go Bucks. Yeah, they were looking pretty good. It's the one game I wouldn't call for him. Well, yeah, I guess I won't be calling for him tomorrow, but, yeah, it would be my luck. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be low for ball 3, 79 below the zone. Yeah, Pirates looking really good today, as here is the 3-0. That is upstairs for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk for Ramos. Ramos will say thank you very much. So that'll bring up Rafael Devers. Sean cheering on Ramos. There we go. He's batting .252, OPS of .835, 25 homers and 83 RBIs. His statistics as a Giant. .226, OPS of .746, 10 homers, 25 RBIs. Here is the pitch. That'll be in there for a called strike. 95 on the outside corner. Count is 0-1. It's Boyd sets. Rocks and fires. That'll be in the dirt for ball 1. Does Ramos have any speed, Doctor? I wouldn't say so, no. Maybe probably a below average speedster there. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to second. There's 1 and 2. A double play. So that is a killer. John Chomby here. I'm listening to the Cubs broadcast because he's really good at what he does. Telling me that Devers wasn't really busting it down the line there. So, yeah, I can see it on the replay. He started jogging towards the end of that. That is not what you like to see. As Willy Adames is going to be at the plate, batting .225, OPS of .723. As here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. 22 homers and 65 RBIs. Do not believe the Pirates hype. Whenever they win, they will lose more. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Well, I'm not hyping them up. I'm just, they're having a good night tonight. As long as they win on Thursday. As long as they win when I cover them again. 0-2 count. Boyd kicks and deals. Damas hits this to the right, and that is a foul ball. What's with these leadoff guys having no speed these days? Pretty much just a, you just want to get on base. It's all about getting on base now. As here is the 0-2. That is upstairs for ball one. 13th like, thank you very much. 38 tuning in. Appreciate you guys so much. That is awesome. Thank you, Michael. 1-2 count. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball. That is in there for a called strike at the knees. He struck him out. Nothing doing for the Giants. So we head to the top of the second. Your score is 0-0. How do you know Ramos does not have any speed? Did you check his locker? Okay. Okay, once again, thank you very much to everyone for, supporting the channel. Special thank you to Coffee Beans. Coffee Beans is our scoreboard sponsor. So thank you very much, Coffee Beans. Currently, the Yankees leading the Nationals 5-1. Twins leading the Blue Jays 7-4. White Sox leading the Royals 4-2. Pirates leading the Cardinals 8-3. They're looking to stay undefeated, of course. They are 132-0. Phillies and Mets, that's a good one, 5-5. I'm assuming that Michael there checking out that one for sure. Rangers leading 6-0 over the Angels. Brewers leading 8-5 over the Diamondbacks. Rockies currently all over the the Astros 6-1. The Padres leading the Mariners 5-0. And that is all for now. As far as final scores, Red Sox defeated the Orioles 5-0. Indians defeating the Rays 3-0. And the Braves all over the Marlins 11-2. Triscom experience in the fall. Yeah, no, I feel you there. Again, appreciate it, Michael. Again, everyone, make sure to hit that like button. Definitely helps out this little channel. Again, appreciate you guys for even clicking on the live stream. Really does help me out a lot. And, of course, again, I've been here since opening day with no plans of stopping anytime soon. So we got something special going here. So you might as well join it up. Make sure to subscribe. It doesn't cost you a dime to subscribe, folks. And again, I'll be here for the NL postseason. Of course, the Giants, my plea to you guys, I've covered you guys a lot. Of course, that might start slowing down as we approach September. But you know what? Hey, football season's just right around the corner. So, if you're a Niners fan or whatnot, you'll be able to possibly vote your team in. More on that a little bit later. As Ian Happ will be leading off the top of the second, batting .226, OPS of 710, 16 homers, and 56 RBIs. Here is the pitch. Fastball, that's on the outside corner for a called strike. Our boat has a lot of self-inflicted cannonball. Yep, that is true. 0-1 counts. Here is the pitch. Way inside for ball one. Lewis Lips, 83. Come on, old man, give up some 1-1 count here to Ian Happ. As Verlander sets and fires. That's going to be hit to the left there, and that's going to go foul. Phillies tied it up. Yeah, no, they were losing 5-3, I believe, last time I checked. Count is 1-2 to the Pittsburgher Ian Happ. It's Verlander. Delivers. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball in the dirt. He struck him out. That is the third strikeout for Verlander. That'll bring up Nico Horner. Nico Horner's batting .291. OPS of 713, 4 homers, and 50 RBIs on the season. Not a power guy, obviously, but hey, batting .291 in today's world is really good. As Verlander delivers. Horner hits this to center. Looks like Gilbert is racing over it and under it for out number 2. Gilbert had a nice little run there. All right, that'll bring up Dansby Swanson. Swanson batting .246, OPS of 700, 18 homers and 58 RBIs. Verlander delivers. That is going to be low for ball one. 3 strikeouts. Probably not the best Probably not the best. Probably not the best way to describe the 3 strikeouts there. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in the dirt ball too. How do you describe a foul ball? How you describe a foul ball as a breach? Oh, well, thank you. I try. I try. Count is 2-0 to Swanson. Verlander kicks and deals. Breaking ball, that is way inside for ball 3. Elizabeth says, good evening, Cubs fans. Any Cubs fans out there? Elizabeth says, good evening to you and to you only. Thank you for stopping by, Elizabeth. Here is the 3-0. That is in there for a called strike. You need Zverev to beat Tabio for $100 in tennis. Yeah, I should have followed what was happening today. That's going to be popped up in the infield. Devers, no, he's going to be called off by Schmidt, who makes the catch for out number 3. Nothing doing for the Cubbies, so we head to the bottom of the second, where the score is still 0-0 here in San Francisco. That's why you put, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's cool. I was just like, man, that is like, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, no, Elizabeth just only saying good evening to Cubs fans. Well, you know, hey, it is what it is. Free speech for the most part, by the way. Well, yeah, that's fine. But good evening to you, Elizabeth, even though I'm not a Cubs fan. Appreciate you again for tuning on. And again, I do know there's other streams out there for this game. So, again, I appreciate you guys for letting me call this one for you. Super thank you if you're able to press that like button and subscribe to the channel. Really helps it out. Again, if you're a sports fan or a sports bettor, I mean, this is a great channel for you. I mean, if you're sports betting, hey, I'm probably covering the game that you have a bet on or something like that. And again, if you just love baseball, love football, I mean, this is what I do. I've been doing this since opening day, and with no plans on stopping, of course, with football season. Been going, 30 days straight at this point. Of course, that will come to an end Friday, but of course, I'll pick it right back up Saturday. So, pardon me. And, of course, again, if you're a football fan, of course, I will be doing every Steelers game. And I know that probably makes you guys scoff and like, ugh, that's disgusting. Like, why in the world would I subscribe to a Steelers channel? Well, again, I'll be doing 2 games every single Sunday. You guys will be able to vote for the other one. So whatever time slot the Steelers play, you'll be voting for the other game every single week. So definitely subscribe if you want to be a part of that for football. I'm not saying I'm Tom Grossi or anything, but, hey, if he's not on for that game, I might be. So definitely subscribe for that. And, of course, the first poll will go up Monday, this upcoming Monday, actually, September 1st. Look at that. It's just right around the corner. Whenever we do return to action, it's going to be Casey Schmidt. He's batting .244, OPS of .737, 9 homers and 29 RBIs. There may be other streams, but they're Bush League. I don't know about that, as that's going to be ripped foul, 0-1. Oh, and 1 count. Here is the pitch, as that's going to be popped up and fouled back. Doesn't quite become a souvenir. I wouldn't say they're Bush League. There's a lot of solid, I'm lucky to have met some, not in person, but here is the 0-2. Chopper foul. There's a lot of solid streamers, and I only really, again, befriend the best. Obviously they have a lot more exposure than I do, but they're really good. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So one away for the Giants. That'll bring up Wilmer Flores. Flores is batting .245, OPS of .688, 13 homers, and 63 RBIs. Good evening, Bing. Thank you for stopping on by. As Boyd fires. Oh. This one's hit to left. That sounded good off the bat, and that one is out of here. It is gone. A solo shot by Wilmer Flores, giving the Giants a 1-0 lead. That just sounded really good off the bat, like that typical crack of the bat sound that you would just imagine when someone hits a home run. That is pretty much what that sounded like. and the Giants with an early advantage. Doctor is the kingpin. I do prefer NL. I don't know why, but I do. Who are the hurlers in tonight's contest? It's going to be Matthew Boyd for the Cubs and Justin Verlander for the Giants. Right now, Verlander is currently leading that duel, as here is the pitch to Chapman. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. Chapman is batting .227, OPS of .757, 16 homers, and 44 RBIs. Here is the pitch. That is outside for ball one. If you have been tuning in, you'll notice the voice is a little bit lower than usual. I was actually just napping before this. So there you go. Here's the 1-1. That is upstairs ball two. So during the broadcast, you'll hear more of the normal, like the nasally voice, I guess. I don't know. You'll hear that voice come back. I'll try to keep it away. 2-1. Here is the pitch. Fastball inside for ball three. Chapman go back-to-back. That'll be, I don't know. He has the power, though. I don't know. Here's the 3-1. Check this swing. I think he went. He did not go, actually. So, look at that. It's a walk. Of course, I didn't really have the angle to make that call, so I should probably stick to broadcasting. So that'll bring up Luis Matos. He's batting .209, OPS of .705, 7 homers and 16 RBIs. Verlander is one of the best this millennium. I would agree. He is a legend. As Boyd sets, kicks, and deals. That is in there for a called strike. No wonder you look well rested. I actually feel very tired. I am exhausted. But I will live. I will power through. My voice is cracking. Look at that. 0-1 count. Boyd sets and delivers. That is outside, as the count is 1-1. Boyd looks over at first as he comes to a set and delivers. That's going to be popped up, and that will become a souvenir. One and two to Matos. I haven't really, I've covered some Giants games. I don't think I've seen him. I don't know if he's recent or he just happened to be on the bench for all the contests or he's in AAA. But here's the 1-2. Matos hits this to left. Happ is in the corner, reaches and makes the catch next to the little netting there for out number 2. Matos is looking back. He's wondering if it hit the netting first. Third base umpire is just like, this is going to be interesting. Oh, they're going to take a look at it. They're saying that it hit the net, that Happ just trapped it against the net. That was very interesting. I don't think I've seen that before. If Verlander strikes out a few more, I'm sure you're in. I don't know about that. I don't have a dog in this fight. So, yeah, San Francisco, they're going to challenge the catch to make sure that Happ didn't trap it against the net, prior to, of course, trying to make the catch. That was a good effort by Happ. Let's go ahead and see. Well, I will see. I'll try to narrate as the ball's coming down. And, yes. Ooh, well, I don't know. You really can't tell. And that's what the Cubs fans are saying. I feel like it hit the net. I feel like the net may have moved prior. Oh my gosh, you really... Okay, yeah, no, it hit the net. It totally hit the net. It totally hit the net. Hello there, Ohio State. Bing once again. Yeah, I'm going to say again, they're reviewing to see if Happ was able to make the catch prior to it hitting the net, so I do apologize. You're probably like, what the heck is going on? Very interesting decision here. It would still be a 1-2 count. After review, the ball hit the net. So it looks like it will be a foul ball. You can't fault Hap for trying. You really can't. So the count will be, again, 1-2 to Luis Matos. Runner on first with 1 out. So we'll see if Boyd's able to get him out anyway. Draven says he's safe. Thank you for stopping by, Draven. 1-2. Here is the pitch. Matos hits this to left center. This has been given a good ride. Oh, PCA makes the catch against the wall, throws it back in. And Chapman has to go back to first. It was given a good ride, but not happening. Just missed it. That'll bring up Patrick Bailey. He's batting .211, OPS of .563, 2 homers and 38 RBIs. You joined late, so I don't know what happened. Well, he wasn't really safe. He just wasn't out. But hey, thank you for the effort. As Boyd sets, and a pickoff attempt, but Chapman is back safe and sound. Verlander was in a summer slump. Is he out of it? No, he is not. Flores' solo shot will likely be one of the 4 hits. Oh, jeez. Probably. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That is in there for a called strike. Tom Casper says, let's go Giants. Oh, 0-1 count to Patrick Bailey. Boyd sets and fires. That's going to be popped up and fouled back. Out of play, it is 0-2. One man on here with 2 outs. Giants leading 1-0 thanks to Flores. As Boyd sets and delivers. Way upstairs, ball 1. Throw to second. Chapman is safe. And looks like the Cubs are going to challenge or attempt. Well, they're looking at it. We'll see if it was close. No, he's safe. So Chapman with the successful stolen base, moving into scoring position for the Giants. Again, it's a 1-2 count with 2 outs. Angel says, let's go Cubs. We got a little nice balance here in the chat. Some Giants, some Cubs. I like it. I like it, guys. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. 1-2. Here's the pitch. That's going to be poked at and fouled back. As that is a souvenir. Used to have a Verlander 05 Bowman Chrome rookie card. Sold it a while back in 2020 for $275. Wow. What would it be worth now? Pretty good, though. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That one was outside the zone, but couldn't lay off. So we head to the top of the third. Again, the Giants with a solo shot to take the lead 1-0. You want the L to fly over Wrigley for the rest of the season. I don't think that's going to happen, Tom. I don't think that's going to happen. The Cubs look pretty good. Again, appreciate you guys for stopping on by. Leave a like. Hit that like button. Helps out this little channel a lot. It really does. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan, sports bettor. Hey, this is what I do. Again, call mostly Pirates games. You can probably see the Pirates jersey here. But, again, as evidenced by tonight, I do bounce around. And, of course, as we close, come to an end of the season, I'll be doing a little bit more of the NL playoff teams. And, of course, I'll be doing the postseason. So definitely subscribe. Subscribe for playoff baseball. Of course, thank you very much to the donations and the members. Coffee Beans is our scoreboard sponsor. So we're about to go around the league. Again, thank you, Coffee Beans, for your support. Twins actually have just defeated the Blue Jays 7-5. Phillies and Mets tied at 5-5. The Royals leading the White Sox 5-4. Pirates about to beat the Cardinals 8-3. Rangers leading the Angels 7-0. Brewers leading the Diamondbacks 8-6. Rockies all over the Astros 6-1. Padres leading the Mariners 5-0. A's leading the Tigers 3-0. Reds currently over the Dodgers 1-0. Red Sox defeated the Orioles 5-0. Indians over the Rays 3-0. Braves all over the Marlins 11-2, and the Yankees over the Nationals 5-1. 2 up for the Cubs will be Shaw, Bush, and Tucker. Again, the Giants lead 1-0. Congrats on the win today. Yeah, we'll see. We're probably going to win. Only 1 out away. Please keep us posted on the Mets game. I will try and see every half inning. I'll look at it. That's what I can do for you. All right, Verlander kicks and deals. That is a breaking ball in there for a called strike. 0-1 count to Shaw, who's batting .229, OPS of .705, 11 homers, and 33 RBIs. Here is the 0-1. That's going to be yanked to left. Oh, my goodness. But that is a foul ball. Showing a replay of Craig Counsell hitting a home run off of a very young Verlander. 0-2 counts to Matt Shaw, the rookie third baseman. He's done pretty well back there, at third base. Here's the 0-2. Chopper, and that is a foul ball. Bush League. I don't know about that. I don't know if it's Bush League or anything like that. 0-2 count to Matt Shaw, the rookie. Verlander kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, breaking ball way outside the zone, but he fooled the rookie. He struck him out. All right, that will bring up Michael Bush. He is 0 for 1 today. He's batting .262, OPS of .831, 24 homers and 74 RBIs. Raise the Jolly Roger, the Pirates. Defeated the Cardinals. Let's go. Here is the pitch. That is inside for ball 1. Now, if the Pirates just win either today or tomorrow or Thursday, then it's a win for the Pirates, really. Splitting the series on the road, that is huge. 1-0 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be popped up and fouled back. Of course, again, it's not going to lead to anything. I understand that. Why is that huge? Well, it's nice to play spoiler. Obviously the Cardinals are still, they were about 6.5 back, but, them losing to the Pirates, I would say, is pretty much, hey, stick a fork in them, they're done type of thing. Another K, yeah. 1-1 to Bush. Verlander fires. Tapper to short. Throws to first. Gets him by a step for out number 2. Bush was booking it, but not quite there. That'll bring up Kyle Tucker. He is also 0 for 1. He's batting .262. OPS of .838. 21 homers and 69 RBIs. The Texans dropped 2 off the O-line and starting a rookie at right tackle, right guard. I don't know how they're going to be. Honestly, yeah, I don't know how the Texans are going to be doing, to be honest, with that O-line. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That is in there for a called strike. And I still have them. I actually have them right here. I was looking at the stuff earlier. I mean, the Texans, I have them going 10-7, but I have them missing the playoffs. Just as an upset, I had to pick, again, a new division winner in the AFC South. So 0-1, here is the pitch. That is upstairs, but it's called a strike. So I can tell you this. 2 calls tonight that have been questionable, and they both went towards Verlander. Raise the Jolly Rancher. Wow. 0-2 count. Here is the pitch. Check this swing. Did he go? He did not. 87-mile-per-hour breaking ball inside. Apparently Tucker, his OPS in Wrigley, 777. Anywhere else, it's 890. That's very interesting. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball. That is also inside for ball 2. Curious on your thoughts on the Steelers' 53-man roster. 4 quarter. I know that. 8 DL, 9 OL. Really, it should be, I don't know, it should be the other way around for the offensive line, defensive line. And the 4 quarterbacks, I have no idea. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be hit to right center, and that's going to get down for a base hit. So a 2-out single. That'll bring up Seiya Suzuki. He is 1 for 1. He's batting .245, OPS of .798, 27 homers and 87 RBIs. My thing, I hope we trade either. We have to trade either Rudolph or Thompson. I mean, that just makes no sense. It just makes no sense. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball way inside for ball 1. 4 QBs instead of 1 great one. Well, franchise quarterbacks don't grow on trees, Trisk. 1-0 counts. Verlander sets and fires. Breaking ball that is also inside as the count moves to 2-0. Again, a runner on first with 2 outs here in the top of the third. Giants leading 1-0. Will Geno Smith succeed as a Raiders quarterback? It's tough. He's played for the Raiders. As that's going to be in there for a called strike, he can be okay. I mean, he was okay in Seattle, I think. I mean, people think he was really good. That's not true. People think he was really bad in Seattle. That's not true. No, he was okay. The Raiders, I mean, they just haven't been the same since the Tuck Rule game. It's sad to really look back at a pivotal moment, which, you know, they went to the Super Bowl the following year, but then they got blown out. So here is the 2-1. That'll be outside for ball 3. Yeah, the Raiders, I'm just not feeling it. I'd love to see him good, but I don't know. They need to go back to Oakland, and then need to resurrect Al Davis. Here's the 3-1. That is outside for ball 4, so a walk. So some trouble here with 2 outs. Again, runners on first and second. That'll bring up Pete Crow Armstrong. Crow Armstrong is 1 for 1 on the day. He's batting .256, OPS of .804, 28 homers and 82 RBIs. Again, 2 men on, 2 outs for PCA. Quality over quantity, yeah. Here's the pitch. Inside for ball 1. I still think Rodgers gives us the best chance since Ben, even though he's old and washed. Like, oh, yeah, this guy doesn't know what to do. Yeah, okay, well, you know, who else would we getting? You know? 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Chopper, foul. Should have kept Justin Fields. Really? Okay, well, I guess you did not watch any of the Steelers games with Fields last year. That's just my thing. Let's hope Verlander makes Pete Crow eat crow. Well, we'll see. He already has a hit against Verlander, as it's a 1-1. Verlander looks back at second. Kicks and deals. Inside for ball 2. 95 on the radar gun. Hoping to reach 675. That'd be a really good stream. Again, thank you. You'll leave the stream on. Hey, good night, Trisk. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for tuning on in. 2-1. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit foul, so it's 2-2. Verlander 1 strike away from getting out of this little situation that he's found himself in. Verlander sets on the 2-2. Roxon fires. And that'll be way outside for ball 3. Not even close. 81 mile per hour breaking ball, just pretty much in the right-handed batter's box. So the count is full. Carson Kelly on deck, and he's had a pretty solid year as well. So, again, the Cubs just have a bunch of solid batters as PCA asks for time. Steelers could have gotten the Red Rocket. Who in the world is that? Talking about the Red Rifle? Andy Dalton? Because I'm good. 3-2 count. Verlander sets. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. And PCA is going to take off to first, but not in time. As he slams his helmet down. Again, that was a breaking ball in the dirt. Verlander gets out of it. We head to the bottom of the third inning. The Giants lead 1-0. Tony Vlogs, eventually you're a Cubs fan. All right, well, welcome on in again. You know, obviously I'm a Pirates fan if you could see the jersey. Of course, you don't recognize the jersey. Well, it's because we haven't worn it all this year, so I don't know why. It's the best jersey. It's the best jersey, and yet we don't wear it. But again, appreciate you guys for tuning on in. Make sure to leave a like. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. DeLay. Of course, I do mostly Pirates, but as we get closer to the postseason, I'm trying to look at the teams that are going to be in the postseason to familiarize myself with them. Of course, I've done plenty of Giants games this year, Cubs games. I've done a lot as of late. So, again, definitely subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. If you love sports, if you're a sports bettor, whatever, subscribe to the channel. It will cost you nothing, $0.00. Do you want to check over the scoreboard? I know it's not a scoreboard sponsor thing. Oh, the Mets apparently defeated the Phillies 6-5. That is huge. Oh, wow. So the Mets have taken the first 2 games of the series. Is it a 3 or 4 game series? I can't remember. I guess I can cheat and look. Looks like it's going to be a 4-game series. No, it's a 3. Okay. Usually the final game is an early game. Wow, so the Mets have already won the series, looking to just go for the sweep tomorrow. Due up for the Giants will be Gilbert, Ramos, and Devers. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning on in. Again, I know there's a lot of competition out there for tonight's game, so I appreciate you guys choosing me to be the voice for this one. I try to keep it as close to the real thing as possible. I really do. Again, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play. If it also helps, I'll be returning to this series tomorrow night as well. So, yeah, I'll be back a lot sooner than you think. Of course, for Thursday, I'll be doing Pirates and Cardinals. As here is the pitch that is in there for a cold strike. Gilbert's batting 107, OPS of 321, 1 homer and 2 RBIs. Of course, well, he's a rookie, just making his debut a few weeks ago. Here's the pitch. That's going to be popped up and fouled back. 0-2. Yeah, just 3 for 28 to begin his career, of course. It's only up from here. This news is tremendous. You're most gracious and I try. Thank you, Bing, for your kind words. 0-2, here is the pitch. Breaking ball, that is outside for ball 1. Smash that like button, yes. 1-2 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, but Tucker is going to make the catch for round number 1. All right, the lineup flips over. That'll bring up Heliot Ramos. He walked in his first appearance. He's batting .260, OPS of 731, 15 homers and 55 RBIs. Boyd kicks and deals. Breaking ball right down the middle for a called strike. 73. That was a slow curveball there. You don't really see that speed much anymore. Here is the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 80 mile per hour, way outside, but Ramos was trying to catch up to that. Looks like he's going to ask for time. Yeah, he looked pretty discombobulated there. I think that's the first time I've said that word here on this channel. 0-2 count. Here is the pitch. That is outside for ball 181 on the gun. 1-2 count. Boyd rocks and fires. That is outside for ball 2, 83. Not really using much velocity. Count is even at 2-2. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to right center, and that's going to drop in for a base hit, a 94 mile per hour fastball inside, but Ramos able to send it the other way. That'll bring up Rafael Devers. He's 0 for 1, grounded into a double play in the first, batting .251, OPS of 833, 25 homers and 83 RBIs. And I cannot believe what I'm actually looking at on the screen. It's very disgusting. As here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. All I will tell you is this, because I want to spare you guys the Just terrible thing I saw. Think of a Kansas City Chiefs tight end and think of a pop singer. Yeah, that's what I saw. Here's the 0-1. That is going to be just low for ball one. You're going to retire. Now I can peacefully go peacefully since the Mets beat the Philadelphia Phillies. Good night, all. Thank you very much. Bing, you have a great night as always. Appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 94 on the outside corner. One and two is the count. One out, one man on. Boyd sets and fires. That's in the dirt for ball two. Count is even, Steven, 2-2. Boyd sets. Rocks and fires. Chopper off his leg, and the count will stay at 2-2. Thumbs up, Dr. Lake. Just watch another Mets win. Bud, thank you for stopping on by. Thank you for stopping on by. Yeah, thank you for the thumbs up. Congratulations on your win against the Phillies. You already took the series against the Phillies. Looking for the sweep tomorrow. Appreciate it. 2-2. Boyd fires. Called strike three. He immediately started walking. He knew it. Strike three called at the knees as Devers just continues to struggle out west. That'll bring up Willie Adames. He's 0 for 1. I don't know. I think she saw it, but annoying this guy. Oh, my gosh. We will just, I don't know. I'm just not a fan. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Adames, again, 0 for 1. Batting .225, OPS of .722, 22 homers and 65 RBIs. Shaw needed Devers, but Devers said, no, I'm good. 0-1. Boyd sets, kicks, and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Off speed below the knees. Should have stayed a Red Sox, I think Giants fans would agree. I think they would probably agree at this point. 0-2 counts. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 92 upstairs, but he swung anyway as we head to the top of the fourth inning. The Giants still with the lead, 1-0. Once again, thank you very much for stopping on by, folks. Again, leave a like, hit that like button, and definitely subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. If you love sports, this is a channel for you, play-by-play, pretty much nearly every day. I've been going since July 27th as far as like the streak, but of course I've been doing this since opening day, so I'm not going anywhere, folks. And of course for football, I love football. I'll be doing a lot of that as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, definitely subscribe. Do want to shout out again the members of the channel and the donors. Thank you very much. All the super chatters, everything. You guys are awesome. But again, the commercial break sponsor was Coffee Beans. You might have seen that name in the middle of the screen there. Yeah, there we go. Here's the scoreboard. Rockies leading the Astros 6-1. The Diamondbacks and Brewers tied at 8 apiece. Padres leading the Mariners 5-0. A's leading the Tigers 3-0. Reds and the Dodgers are tied at 1-1. Final scores are Red Sox over the Orioles 5-0. Indians defeating the Rays 3-0. Braves all over the Marlins 11-2. Yankees defeated the Nationals 5-1. Twins over the Blue Jays 7-5. Phillies squeaking out a good one against the Phillies 6-5. Royals defeat the White Sox 5-4. Pirates all over the Cardinals 8-3, and the Rangers defeat the Angels 7-3. Nolan McQueen pitches tomorrow. I'm quite hopeful. There we go. I'm pulling for you, bud. Get the brooms out. Tied at 8. Yeah, no, that sounds like it would have been a good one. Good one to call. But hey, you know what? This one's not too bad. Cubs have been coming close again. They just haven't been able to push through. So I don't know how much longer the Giants can keep him. They just got to keep this going for, well, I guess 5 or 6 more innings. As here is the pitch. That is outside for ball 1. Carson Kelly at the plate. He's 0 for 1 with the strikeout, batting .260, OPS of 794, 13 homers, and 41 RBIs. Here is the pitch. That is outside. So it's going to be 2-0. Yeah, the Diamondbacks are a team that can just pretty much, they can beat anybody on any given day, but they can also lose to anybody on any given day. Here is the 2-0. That's going to be hit to right. Montos once again booking it. Schmidt on the run, slipping, making the catch for out number 1. What a play by Schmidt. Oh my goodness. Beating the right fielder to the right field area, just booking it. That was great. That'll bring up Ian Happ. He's batting .226, OPS of 708, 16 homers and 56 RBIs. He is 0 for 1 on the day. Is Carson Kelly related to Carson Palmer? I don't think so. That's going to be hit to right. And that is going to get down for a base hit and probably 2 as Happ is moving to second. And I think that's where he's going to settle for now. A double. A double for Happ. Happ is definitely happy. That'll bring up Nico Horner. Again, with Cubs with a runner in scoring position. Horner's 0 for 1. He's batting .290, OPS of 711, 4 homers, and 50 RBIs. Are Cowboy fans in shambles if Parsons leaves? Yes. They will probably cry. They will actually cry. I don't know, Hammer, if you're still here, let us know. How would you feel? As that's going to be a breaking ball in the dirt, but able to block it successfully. Count is 1-0 to Nico Horner. Verlander sets. Looks back at second. Kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. 94 on the fastball. 1-1 count, 1 out, runner at second. Verlander looks back, kicks, and fires. That'll be hit to right, but Matos is already under it and makes the catch for out number 2. Happ, though, tagging up, and he's just 90 feet away. Great, my voice. Look at the voice go. That'll bring up Dansby Swanson. He's batting .245, OPS of 699, 18 homers, and 58 RBIs. He's 0 for 1. It's just a negotiation tactic. He ain't going anywhere. To be honest, I don't think he is going anywhere either. Don't see that happening. 2 outs, runner on third. Verlander kicks and fires. Checked his swing. That is inside for ball 1. Count is 1-0. Verlander delivers the 1-0. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball 2. You know, for Cowboys fans, if that's not. If not, that's tough. Oh, well. What will the Cowboys' record be? I have them, I think, at 8-9. Yeah, 8-9. We'll see. Count is 2-0 to Swanson. Verlander kicks and fires. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, Dak, he's really solid in the regular season. That's really not the problem, though. Really good at beating teams he should be. And losing to teams he also should be too. So that's going to be a ground ball, and that is going to be a foul ball, so it's 2-2. Swanson showing a smile. Smiling as he looks back at Verlander. Once again, 2-2 count, 2 outs as the Giants fans get loud here in Oracle. Verlander looks over at third, kicks and deals in the dirt, ball 3. Christopher, thank you for stopping by. Going to the third inning. Reds 1, Dodgers 1. Yeah, it's a close one. The Reds, of course, trying to keep pace with the Mets that find themselves winning. The Miracle Mets. Count is 3-2. Verlander rocks and fires. Check the swing. Did he go? He did not. Outside, ball 4. All right, that'll bring up Matt Shaw. He is 0 for 1. But again, the Cubs have 2 outs with runners on the corners. So batting .228 OPS of .703, 11 homers, and 33 RBIs. 9 wins. Yeah, I can easily see that. I mean, I have him at 8, so it's just one more. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That is in there for a called strike. Shaw again 0 for 1 on the night. Runners on the corners. Verlander sets. Kicks and deals. In the dirt. Handled well by Bailey. So it's ball 1. 1-1. Doing any football games on Thursday. Thursday night. I really should rest the voice because Friday nights I'll be actually doing it for real at the high school here. But I probably will be doing Miami of Ohio and Wisconsin. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be low for ball 2. So we're going to see how the Big Ten Network treats the channel. So if there's any fans for that, or just, again, a college football fans, feel free to tune in Thursday night. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball. That is in there for a called strike. Of course, I'll be doing Pirates-Cardinals as well Thursday afternoon. So a double header for me on the channel. Is Matt Shaw the son of former? He is not. Count is 2-2. Again, the Giants fans rising to their feet and clapping. Maybe not rising to their feet. Okay, they're clapping, but not rising to their feet. 2-2. Verlander looks over at first. Sets and a pickoff attempt, and he is safe. And let me tell you, folks, that was close. That came out of nowhere. Swanson lost his helmet. Was Emmitt Smith a better running back than Barry Sanders? No. No, sir. 2-2 again. Verlander sets and fires. Ground ball, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Throwing to third, and he is safe. Swanson. Gutsy decision to go to third on a ground ball, to the left field pretty much, but he is in safe and sound. The Cubs tie it up. And the runners are still on the corners. That'll bring up Michael Busch. Busch is 0 for 2, batting .261. OPS of .829, 24 homers and 74 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be popped up. And Chapman is able to make the catch in foul territory for out number 3. But hey, the Cubs, they tie it up here in the top of the 4th. It's 1-1, Chicago and San Francisco. They'll be right back. I, of course, will be right here. And again, appreciate you guys for tuning on in. Make sure to hit the like button. That's how this small channel has a chance at competing against the bigger channels. Hit that like button. Helps it out a lot. Another way you can help out the channel is subscribing to the channel. Of course, it is free. You don't have to pay a dime to subscribe. All I offer is more play-by-play for baseball and football. Of course, it's mostly Pirates, and of course, it'll be mostly the Steelers, but more on football later. But yeah, no, again, if you're a baseball fan, if you're just a sports bettor, definitely subscribe to the channel. This is what I do every single night, pretty much. And if I miss a night, I will be back tomorrow or the next day for sure, as I haven't missed a day since July 27th. So, again, subscribe for more baseball. Of course, I'll be doing the NL postseason, so I assure you I'll be definitely seeing you Cubs fans for sure. And Giants fans, well, hey, maybe next year. You definitely need to get it together, though. Maybe if you guys can, I don't know, if you somehow sweep the Cubs, I mean, maybe I give you a little bit of a chance, but you'd still be 2 games below. But, hey, appreciate you guys, though. Again, I've done a lot of Giants games. Sean here's a Giants fan, so, it's been nice interacting with, a lot of sports fans. Really haven't interacted with many negative ones. Giants have 2 hits, by the way, Sean. Cubs with 5. And again, for football, if you're a football fan as well, if you're not sold on baseball, I'll be doing football. Of course, it'll be Steelers every single week. But again, for the NFL, you'll be able to vote on the other game I do. Steelers and another game. The other game will be voted on by you guys. Polls starting Monday, as apparently we are about to return to San Francisco. Who knew? Schmidt is batting .243, OPS of .734, 9 homers, and 29 RBIs on the day. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. What is the XP rating? I don't know. I really don't understand why it's there. 0-1 count to Casey Schmidt. Here is the pitch. That is outside for ball 1, 94 on the radar gun. 1-1. Here it is. That's going to be hit to the right, and that is once again a foul ball. One and two. Boyd rocks and fires. Check the swing. Did he go? He did. Schmidt doesn't seem to agree with it, but he's just going to walk back anyway. All right, that'll bring up Wilmer Flores. Had a solo home run in the second inning. He's batting .247, OPS of 714 homers, and 64 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That is in there for a called strike on the outside corner. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike on the outside corner of that one. A little iffy there, so you can probably say Boyd got a call. Verlander has had 2 of them. Reds get swept by the Dodgers. Will be the first team to sweep the Reds. I wouldn't be mad because it's a good team, the Dodgers. Here's the 0-2. That is way outside for ball 1. The count is 1-2 to Flores. Boyd kicks and deals. That is in the dirt, ball 2. Two and two, Boyd delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Man, that is the 7th strikeout for Boyd today. As that'll bring up Matt Chapman. He's batting .227, OPS of 759, 16 homers, and 44 RBIs. Score is 1-1 here in San Francisco as Boyd delivers. That's going to be in there, but not called a strike. 1-0. That was on the outside corner, so Chapman getting called. He's already walked today. Here is the 1-0. Chapman pops it up. Shaw trying to see, and no, that's going to become a souvenir. That is a foul ball. Which third baseman had the better nickname? Ron the Penguin Say for the Cubs, or Pablo the Panda Salvadore? I think it was Sandoval there, but for the Giants, I want to say the Panda. But the Penguin, honestly, the Penguin's probably it's pretty neat. Here is the 1-1, and that is inside for ball 2. 93 on the fastball. Again, the Giants, you mentioned it a little bit earlier, as here is the 2-1. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. The Giants, ever since they acquired Devers, 22-37. That is, again, tied for the worst record in Major League Baseball. Of course, it's not all on Devers, but that is just unfortunate. Here is the 2-2. That is outside for ball 3. I mean, I remember, again, the Giants, they were kind of the talk of the town. They were the surprise. Can they keep it up? Apparently not. Here is the 3-2. Chapman hits this to right, but that is a foul ball off the top of the wall over there. Sandoval, sorry. So you like Penguin? What are the other viewers? Hey, if there's any viewers, feel free to chat down below. Talk about whatever you like. Feel free to chat it up with Sean there. 3-2. Here is the pitch. Chapman hits this to center. Armstrong at the wall, making the catch for out number 3. That is tough for the Giants as we head to the top of the 5th. The score is 1-1 out here in San Francisco. Once again, folks, thank you so much for tuning on in. Again, I know there's a lot more competition out there tonight, but again, thank you for letting me call this game for you. Make sure to hit the like button. Hit that like button. Helps out this little channel. And make sure, of course, to subscribe if you're a sports fan. I mean, this is what I do. Play-by-play for baseball, football. Of course, it's mostly Pirates. But, again, I do bounce around. As evidenced by tonight, I will cover other games. Again, this is the end of the inning. So, scoreboard update, again, brought to you by Coffee Beans. Thank you very much, Coffee Beans, for being a supporter of the channel, as she is the scoreboard sponsor. Currently, in the bottom of the 9th, the Brewers and the Diamondbacks are tied at 8 apiece. Padres, they lead the Mariners 5-0. Reds and Dodgers tied at 1 apiece. Tigers leading the Athletics 4-3. Final scores, the Red Sox defeated the Orioles 5-0. Indians all over, well, not all over, but they defeated the Rays 3-0. The Braves were all over the Marlins 11-2. The Yankees defeating the Yankees defeated the Nationals 5-1. I'm losing it, folks. Twins over the Blue Jays 7-5. The Mets over the Phillies 6-5. The Royals over the White Sox 5-4. The Pirates, they moved to 133-0 today as they defeated the Cardinals 8-3. The Rangers defeated the Angels 7-3, and the Rockies actually defeating the Astros 6-1. Look at that. What is the Giants' record when I cover them? I don't know. I had it. I stopped doing that. I need to, at the end of the season, I'll go ahead and post it all the records for the teams that when I covered them. I'll be sure to do that, Sean, but right now I am not. But I will do it. I've been thinking about that. Like after the end of the year, I'll just post. These were the records of when I covered them. And I don't think it's going to be good for the Giants because they've actually, I know it was, they had a losing record when I covered them, even when they were doing well. So I don't know. Stepping up to the plate is Kyle Tucker. He's batting .263, OPS of .840. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to Verlander. Verlander tosses to first for out number 1. Couldn't go over his stats. He has 21 homers and 69 RBIs. As that'll bring up Seiya Suzuki. Suzuki is 1 for 1 with a walk. Sports Roustabout, thank you for stopping on by. Appreciate you, man. I really do. You're the best. Smash that like button, ring that subscribe bell, and turn on notifications for Dr. Delay today. Thank you again. As looks like Bailey's going to have a little chat with Verlander. Again, Suzuki's 1 for 1 with a walk, batting .245, OPS of .799, 27 homers and 87 RBIs. And again, make sure, folks, to subscribe to Sports Roustabout. If you need play-by-play for the day, if you're just a sports fan, and you need to know who is calling what, he does that. He posts every single day who's doing what. So make sure to check him out. He does awesome. He is the best. He really is. Sean, you're okay. Well, hey, if your eyes are getting heavy, well, that's okay, Sean. I'll understand if you have to go. I do appreciate you again for stopping on by, as here is the pitch. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. 0-1. JJ, how's it going? Look at that. I'm getting the Philly crowd here. Appreciate you Appreciate you, JJ. 0-1. Here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. And then, again, speaking of another guy, again, play-by-play JJ, he is the best one on here. He is the best on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to him for all your Phillies. Of course, again, if you're just a sports fan in general, make sure to subscribe to Play-by-Play with JJ's. That's going to be upstairs for ball one. JJ is really good. He's a professional, pretty much, on YouTube. He's so good. Count is 1-2 to Seiya Suzuki as Verlander kicks and deals. Breaking ball, that is in the dirt for ball two. JJ got 7,000. Oh, it's so awesome. JJ, I'm so proud of you, man. That is great. Count is 2-2. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. Yeah, Hammer just spreading the love again. Thank you, Hammer. Showing a lot of faith in this little channel. I appreciate it. Again, I appreciate all of you guys for the support. Appreciate all you guys for tuning on in. Here is the pitch. Chopper to third. Chapman has it. Throws to first. Oh, gets him by half a step as Suzuki was booking it for out number 2. All right, that'll bring up Pete Crow Armstrong. You may have heard of him, also known as PCA. Batting .255, OPS of .802, 28 homers and 82 RBIs. That's Verlander. Fires. And that's going to be popped up, and that will become a souvenir. Thanks for the redirect. Again, thank you. Thank you. Count is 0-1. Verlander kicks and fires. Breaking ball, that is in the dirt. He went strike 2, trying to hold up there, but just could not do so. I'm not too sure who that is there. Cameron Brink. Count again at 0-2. 0-2 count here to Crow Armstrong. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Nobody on. Cubs and Giants tied at 1 apiece. Here is the pitch. That is upstairs for ball 1. Verlander at 82 pitches. So if he's able to get out Crow Armstrong, I imagine he'll be able to come out for the 6th. Verlander delivers. That's going to be hit to left. And Ramos sliding attempt. Can't make the catch. Crow Armstrong's taken off to second. Throw is in. He is out. Schmidt is saying he got him. Crow Armstrong saying, no, sir. I am safe. And Crow Armstrong's just like, hey, I'm just letting you know I'm going to be safe. Council's like, hey, hold on. Let me go and check it out. That was pretty dramatic. And, yep, Council's saying, hey, you got to take a look at this. Just a little blooper to left. Ramos with a nice attempt, though. Just couldn't make the catch, and PCA saw it, and he was booking it to second, and it was close. And, yeah, they're going to challenge the out call, of course, and they'll take a look at it. Of course, they have yet to show a replay, which would be pretty nice. I would love to see a replay. All right, there's the throw. And, yeah, he's safe. As long as he stays on the bag, which has been kind of his problem, is that he'll sometimes overslide or take it off. So I'm going to assume he's safe. The left hand beating the tag. So they're taking a look at this. Again, I think he's going to be safe. And they're already switching over to the Giants on here, but no, I'm thinking he's going to be safe with 2 outs. Again, they're just taking another look at this. Was a heck of a play by all parties. Again, I love the effort. That angle shows that it's going to be a lot closer than I originally thought. I'm leaning safe, but you just really never know. So again, they're taking a long look at this. I don't know if this is a make or break thing, but a PCA, just a simple hit into the outfield, straight to the guy in the outfielder. He could easily score, not a ball in the gap. I'm saying just a. The call on the field is overturned. He is safe. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They took a long time looking at that. That was close. That was close, folks. The Cubs broadcast, which I'm listening to, is like, why in the world did it take long? No, I don't know why. Obviously they're going to homer for their team, but that was a very close call. As that'll bring up Carson Kelly, batting .259, OPS of .791, 13 homers, and 41 RBIs. Again, all this with 2 outs. As here's the pitch that is in there for a called strike, 95 on the outside corner. Kelly is 0 for 2 on the night. Verlander looks back and fires. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to get down. Again, that's right to the right fielder. Matos throwing to the plate. He is safe. Again, it was just so simple. Just like that, the Cubs have taken the lead here in the top of the 5th. It is 2-1. Jeez, just like that, the Cubs have taken the lead. And that'll bring up Ian Happ. He's batting .228, OPS of .713, 16 homers, and 56 RBIs. Here is the pitch. That is upstairs for ball 1. Steve, I'm not going to lie. That is way over my head. I appreciate you stopping on by, of course, as always. 1-0 count to Happ. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and that is a foul ball. Happ again, 1 for 2. Had a double, and, of course, came across to score for the first Cubs run of the game. 1-1. Verlander sets and fires. That is inside for ball 2. Sean says rats. Does not like it. Count is 2-1. Here's the pitch. Happ hits this to center. And that is going to be caught for out number 3. That was Gilbert with the catch. But hey, the Cubs again with 2 outs score a run. They lead 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Well, this is interesting. Again, the Cubs, I'll move my big fat head. Cubs with 7 hits. Of course, they've only scored twice. The Giants with 2 hits with 1 run. So again, it's been more so the Cubs. They've just now been able to take the lead. You have a good night, Sean. I'm sorry. You have to go to bed with the Giants losing for your Giants there. But, yeah, the Cubs, they're just too good. They are just too good. Once again, folks, I appreciate you guys for stopping on by. Make sure to hit that like button. That like button is huge to small channels like mine, of course. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. I've been doing a lot of play-by-play for the Pirates, but I do bounce around, as evidenced by tonight's game. And you'll be happy to know, again, I'll be coming back to San Francisco tomorrow night for the second game of the series. So, again, subscribe for that as well. But, again, just subscribe if you're a baseball fan. I will be covering the playoffs as well. So, again, I will probably see you Cubs fans. Giants fans, again, I've covered you guys a lot this year. It's always been a pleasure to cover you guys. It just doesn't seem to go well when I cover you guys. As, again, I have. Of course, Sean here, he was the OG Giants fan that, was convincing me, hey, you should cover the Giants. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. It's been fun. But, unfortunately, not looking like you will see the playoffs this year. But, hey, it was fun, though. It was fun. On pace for 6, got to score some more. Yep. Yeah, they need to score some more for the over. Again, appreciate you guys so much for tuning on in. Again, make sure to hit that subscribe button. As Matos is coming to the plate, he is 0 for 1 on the night. He's batting .208 OPS of 707 homers and 16 RBIs. As here is the pitch. Breaking ball that is in there for a called strike. 0-1 counts to Luis Matos. Boyd kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right. And that one is off the wall. Matos is booking it to second, and he is going to be held up by a pretty solid throw by Tucker. But hey, a leadoff double for the Giants. That is just what they needed. So that'll bring up Patrick Bailey. Bailey is batting .211, OPS of 562, 2 homers and 38 RBIs. He is 0 for 1 with the strikeout. Bailey again stepping up to the plate as Boyd sets. Rocks. Ooh. Stepped off. Thought he was going to throw it back, but did not happen. Again, with the Giants with a runner on second, I know that scoreboard will say first, but that scoreboard has been off a lot this year. Boyd sets and fires. That is outside for ball 1. Steve has the Cubs and the under. I know it's not popular, but the game could end now, and I'd be okay with that. I could see why, Steve. I could see why. 1-0 counts. Boyd delivers. And that's going to be popped up. Bailey slams his bat into the ground. And that's going to be caught for out number 1. All right, that'll bring up Drew Gilbert. He is, of course, a rookie just making his debut a few weeks ago. He's 3 for 29 on the season with the homer and 2 RBIs. Prince, Brewers won, baby. Oh, the Brewers. I was wondering, that game was looked pretty exciting there. Well, congratulations to the Brew crew. As here is the pitch. That's going to be checked on. He actually made contact as that goes foul. Of course, the Cubs fans tuning in are just like, they did not like that. They do not like that at all. But congratulations, Prince. Appreciate you. I look forward to the next Brewers broadcast. We'll try to get that. We'll try to get one very soon. Probably next week. Can't promise one this week. As here's the 0-1. That is in there for a called strike. 0-2. It's actually a kind of a coin flip for me. You know, Brewers, Diamondbacks, or Cubs and Giants. But you know, I had a lot of faith in this would be a pretty nice series. Always glad. Again, a runner on second here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. The Cubs leading 2-1 over the Giants. As Boyd comes to a set, looks back at second, kicks and deals. That is way outside for ball 2. Getting a 2-2 count to the rookie, Drew Gilbert. Boyd sets and delivers. That is outside for ball 3. Gilbert showing some nice discipline here. That's all I know. I'd be swinging away for sure in MLB The Show. Lefty on lefty, sidearm pitcher throwing outside. I am definitely chasing and swinging and missing. Count is 3-2 as Gilbert steps back into the box. Boy, just now stepping back on the mound there. Now he's going to step off. I don't know what's going on. A lot of delays here. Some more delays on Dr. Delay. Once again, a 3-2 count. Runner on second, 1 out. Boyd sets, looks back at second. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Hey, struck him out. That one was high and inside. And that is Boyd's 8th strikeout of the game. That is the same guy. What the heck was I doing? That'll bring up Heliot Ramos. He's 1 for 1 with the walk. Batting .261, OPS of .734, 15 homers and 55 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Ramos hits this to left, and that one is going to be down. It hits off the wall, and Matos is going to score. Ramos is at second, and we got a tie ball game once again. 2-2 here in the bottom of the fifth. Jeez. Well, there we go. Again, it's what I had faith in. I had faith that it would be a good series. Just takes a fastball inside and just gave it a good ride to left, landing at the warning track and then off the wall, and had a really nice Giants bounce as Happ had to retreat back. As this is Devers. Here's the pitch. Devers is jammed. Shallow left, a blooper. Swanson couldn't make the catch, and Ramos is scoring. Oh my goodness, just a blooper, and Swanson made a nice effort but could not secure the catch. The Giants have just taken the lead 3-2 here in the bottom of the fifth. Oh my goodness. He completely jammed him. Devers swinging at a pitch inside. Swanson made a nice effort but just couldn't get there in time. Unbelievable. And that'll bring up Willy Adames. Adames is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, batting .224, OPS of .721, 22 homers and 65 RBIs. As there is a mound visit. Probably telling him, hey, you're good. It's just been a stroke of bad luck. And again, the Giants have just taken the lead on back-to-back pitches. What a series of events as, again, Adames stepping to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Boyd sets, kicks, and deals. Adames hits this to left, but Happ is under it, just shy of the warning track for out number 3. But hey, the Giants put 2 runs on the board. We head to the top of the 6th. The Giants with the lead 3-2 here in San Francisco. Well, there goes my plays. Kiss him goodbye. Kiss him goodbye. I'm sorry, Steve. It is unfortunate for you. Hammer, though, likes it. Once again, folks, thank you very much for tuning on in. Make sure to hit that like button. That like button helps out these little channels like me, of course. And definitely subscribe if you're a sports fan, if you're a sports bettor, if you're, again, anything sports related, definitely subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. That's what I do. This is what I do. I've been doing it for a while, since opening day. So definitely subscribe to the channel. Of course, again, it's a lot of Pirates, but of course I'll be returning to this game tomorrow. We'll not be doing it Thursday, but hey, tomorrow at least. And of course, I'll be seeing the Cubs fans for sure in the playoffs. Giants, well, hey, you know what? I will see you next year for sure. Unless, of course, you guys have a miracle, amazing run. You end the year like you started, then you never know. But I do appreciate you guys for, again, just clicking on the live stream. It really does help out a lot. It really does. Of course, shout out to the Delay Dynasty member, Coffee Beans. She is the scoreboard sponsor. So here we go. Again, the Mariners leading the Padres 6-5. The Athletics leading the Tigers 5-4. Dodgers lead the Reds 2-1. Final scores: Red Sox over the Orioles 5-0. Indians over the Rays 3-0. Braves over the Marlins 11-2. Yankees over the Nationals 5-1. Twins over the Blue Jays 7-5. Mets over the Phillies 6-5. Royals over the White Sox 5-4. Brewers over the Diamondbacks 9-8. Pirates over the Cardinals 8-3. Rangers over the Angels 7-3, and the Rockies over the Astros 6-1. Nico Horner is at the plate. He is 0 for 2 on the night as we return to San Francisco, where the score is 3-2. Here's the pitch. That is upstairs for a called strike. Appreciate it again, Sports Roustabout. Thank you very much. 0-1 count. Verlander kicks and deals. And that's going to be hit to center. Gilbert on the run, making the catch at the warning track for out number 1. That was a great play by Gilbert. He was tracking it down. That'll bring up Dansby Swanson, batting .245, OPS of 718 homers and 58 RBIs. He is 0 for 1 with a walk. Nick says the Brewers. Yes, the Brewers just now defeating the Diamondbacks. Yeah, the Brewers looking good again. As Verlander kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. Sean is back. I thought you were going to bed. Yeah, the Giants said, well, Sean went to bed. I guess we can start scoring our runs now. As it's an 0-1 count. Verlander delivers. Swanson hits this to left center. Gilbert is under it and makes the catch for out number 2. That'll bring up Matt Shaw. Shaw is batting .231. OPS of 707, 11 homers and 34 RBIs. Can kind of describe what happened here. So pretty much Devers, he doubled. No, Ramos doubled. And then Devers kind of got jammed and was able to knock it in to take the lead, as that's going to be hit to right. And that's foul ball. I think I missed the first run of the inning. Yeah, Matos had a double. And then Ramos knocked in Matos with the double. And then Devers, with a little blooper, was able to knock in Ramos there. As here is the 0-1. That's going to be fouled back, and now it's 0-2. 0-2 count here to Shaw. Verlander at 95 pitches. You have to imagine this will probably be his last inning. And if he's able to hold the Cubs to 2 runs in 6 innings, that is pretty good work. That is pretty good. Verlander will take it, especially with the year he's had. Count is 0-2. Verlander kicks and deals. That is upstairs for ball 1. One and 2 counts to Matt Shaw. Verlander sets and fires. That is in the dirt. Ball gets away, but no one's on to take advantage, so the count moves to 2-2. Just got an important email that recaptured my energy, but still going to bow out. Better luck for the Giants. Thanks, Doctor, and good night again. Lord willing, Verlander can get another win. Yeah, that'd be nice. Verlander, not with the best record this year by any means. Count is 2-2. Here is the pitch. That's going to be fouled off Bailey's mask. That didn't feel good. So, again, good night, Sean. You take care. Seattle scored 6 in 1 inning to go ahead and being 5 down. Wow. That is wild. Once again, a 2-2 count as Verlander is walking back to the mound, just checking on Bailey. Again, 2 outs, top of the 6th. The Giants lead 3-2, taking the lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. As Verlander kicks and deals. That's going to be hit, and that's going to be a foul ball. So once again, a 2-2 count. Shaw just trying to stay alive. Again, he's 1 for 2 on the night. Verlander about to pitch pitch number 100. Here is the 2-2. Shaw hits this to left, but that is going foul. Again, just staying alive. Verlander at 100 pitches for the night. Shaw's kind of taking his time. 2-2. Verlander kicks and deals. Ground ball to third. Chapman has it, throws to first for out number 3. That'll probably be it for Verlander. What a night he had. As we head to the bottom of the 6th, the Giants lead 3-2 over the Cubs. Verlander's night will probably conclude again. 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Again, Verlander only with 1 win on the year. So if the Giants can keep it going, he'll get win number 2. He'll get win number 2. Again, thank you guys so much for stopping on by. Make sure to hit that like button. Like buttons are good. We like the like button here. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Again, this is a sports channel, and of course I'll be doing the playoffs, so I'll definitely be covering the Cubs there as well. Of course, it is mostly Pirates, but again, I'll be actually back here tomorrow, Cubs and Giants, tomorrow evening, same time. So again, feel free to stop on by for more play-by-play with Dr. DeLay. Of course, again, if you're just a sports fan in general, this is a good channel for you. And that is pretty much it. Again, I'll be also doing football as well for the NFL season, and college as well. College, it's more, I have to be very selective with the college games. And, for the NFL, I'll be doing every Steelers game, and of course, you guys will be voting on the other game I cover every single Sunday. Polls start Monday, so again, subscribe to be a part of that. Hope you all had the over in the Sacramento. That game is going sideways. AAA bound pitchers going at it there. Oh geez. Go Brewers, go Giants. Yeah, Magic Man. I heard about the Brewers win there. It must have been exciting. Whenever we do return to action, it'll be Casey Schmidt, Flores, and Chapman. Schmidt is 0 for 2 on the night. He is batting .242, OPS of .732. 9 home runs and 29 RBIs. So they're showing the advanced metrics there for the Cubs, as that is in there for a called strike, breaking ball on the inside corner. Boyd is out there for the 6th inning. That is pitch number 80. He's been pretty good, though the numbers might tell you otherwise. Here's the pitch. That is in the dirt. Ball 1. 3 earned as of now in 5 innings, which, again, just a lot of really luck going to the Giants' way with that blooper. Here is the 1-1. That's going to be poked to third. Oh, what a snag by Shaw. Throws to first. What a play by the rookie third baseman Shaw. That'll bring up Wilmer Flores. He's 1 for 2. Of course, had that home run to lead off the scoring, to open up the scoring here in San Francisco. Batting .246, OPS of .698, 14 homers and 64 RBIs. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball, that is outside for ball 1. Yeah, it's always good to see the Magic Man. 1-0 count. Here is the pitch. That is outside for ball 2. Doctor, in your fantasy league, Drake May was taken before Allen, Hurts, and Baker. Wow, here's the 2-0. Checked his swing. Did he go? Well, they show the umpire just standing there, so I don't know. It's 3-0. He did not go. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, Draven. I don't know what in the world happened there. 3-0 counts. Boyd delivers. That is way inside for ball 4. 4-pitch walk for Flores, maybe respecting the power that he displayed earlier. So that'll bring up Chapman. Chapman is 0 for 1 with a walk. Chapman's batting .227. OPS is .757. 16 homers and 44 RBIs. Boyd sets, kicks, and deals. And this one's hit to left. And that one is going foul. Cheers to the roustabout. 0-1 count, runner on first. Boyd sets, kicks, and deals. That is outside. So the count is even at 1-1. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications today so you don't miss a minute of play-by-play with Dr. Delay. Thank you very much, Sports Roustabout. Appreciate it. 1-1 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be fouled off the umpire's mask. He took a shot there as he tries to smile that one off. X is nuts tonight. Lots of rumors. I'm assuming he said rumors, not tumors, about Micah Parsons being traded to Green Bay. I don't know about that. I've heard about the rumors, actually. I don't know. Maybe your Twitter is a little bit biased there because of the Packers news you get. As it's a 1-2 count. Boyd sets, rocks, and fires. That's going to be a foul tip. Staying alive. Would be interesting. I wonder what you guys would give up. That's the thing. I mean, yeah, you get a great player, but then, well, you have to give up a lot too. The Cubs have a guy warming up in the bullpen. I'm trying to see the name. Well, they cut away. There we go. 1-2 count. Boyd delivers. That's going to be fouled back. Boyd at 91 pitches. Again, you have to imagine this will be the last inning for him anyway. Again, the Giants lead 3-2 here in the bottom of the sixth. A man on, 1 out. Chapman at the plate. Boyd sets and delivers. Chapman hits this to left. At the wall. That one is out of here. You can kiss it goodbye. Matt Chapman's 17th home run of the season, and the Giants now lead 5-2 over the Cubs. Oh my goodness. The Giants offense coming alive tonight. Where was this all year? Huge crowd tonight. Congrats. Thank you. Yeah, no, it's a good night. It's a good night. Appreciate it, Nick. And yes, everyone, Elizabeth, his name is Nick. I don't want to know what we would give up if I imagine multiple ones and a 2. Yeah, that'd be tough. That'd be a lot. Matos coming to the plate as Boyd is, this might be it for Boyd, as he's having a little chat with the catcher. And Counsell is on the top step, and there he comes. So Counsell is coming out to relieve Boyd. Boyd is done. The normally reliable Boyd got done in by the Giants. 5 1/3 for him. 6 hits, 5 earned, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. On the hook for the loss if the result holds. And no lead changes, of course. They will step away. I will, of course, remain right here. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it, as always. Hammer just needs one more run. Every time the Cubs lose, an angel gets its wings. Magic Man picking a fight with the Cubs fans here. A lot of Cubs, again, a lot of Giants fans here. Again, thank you very much, everyone, for tuning on. And make sure, again, to hit that like button. That like button helps out the channel a lot, more than you'll probably ever know. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. A lot of play-by-play with Dr. Lay. A lot of baseball, a lot of football, of course. It is a lot of Pirates, but I do bounce around Major League Baseball and, of course, the postseason not too far away. So, again, I'm trying to familiarize myself with some of these playoff teams. So definitely do that. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. If you're not a sports fan, well, I guess that's fine. You don't have to subscribe. But if you consider yourself a sports guy or gal, definitely subscribe for more of this. This is what I do every day. And if I miss a day, I assure you I'll be back the next day. But I haven't missed a day since July 27th, so I've been on a nice run here. Cubs really going to lose? We'll see. Again, it's only the bottom of the sixth, and the Cubs have an offense that can just go toe-to-toe with anybody. That's why I'm not saying it's over. That's why and if the Pirates were down 5-2, then I'd say it's over. But no, I will not say it's over. And the Cubs with 648 runs, plus 126 run differential. I mean, it's just a good team. It's just a good team. It's just a really solid team. But thank you, though, Fury, for stopping on by. Appreciate you. Even if I may disagree with the sentiment there. Yeah, the Giants having a good night. That's what's beautiful about baseball. Any given night, anything could happen. Drew Pomerantz, the new pitcher for the Cubs. I'll try to show you his stats in a moment. Here's the pitch. That is right down the middle for a called strike. Matos batting .214, OPS of .717, 7 homers, and 16 RBIs. Here is the 0-1. Checked his swing. Did he go? He did not. Pomerantz enters with a 2-1 record, a 1.69 ERA, as here is the 1-1. That is outside for ball 2. 1.04 ERA. In his last 7 appearances, he has been pretty darn good. No earned runs with a whip of a .75. Here's the 2-1. That is in there for a called strike. 92 on the outside corner. Matos asking for time. Again, he's 1 for 2 with a double and did come across to score earlier in this one. Count is 2-2. Pomerantz kicks and deals. Grounder to third. Shaw has it. Throws to first for out number 2. Two away for the Giants. That'll bring up the catcher, Patrick Bailey. Patrick Bailey is 0 for 2 on the night. He's batting .210, OPS of .560, 2 homers, and 38 RBIs. As Pomerantz sets, rocks, and fires. And that'll be outside for ball 194 on the fastball. Had a poll earlier. I'm going to go ahead and close it. Of course, I'm sure most of the voting was done prior to this. As here's the 1-0. That is outside for ball 2. 48 votes in. 67% of the voters believe the Cubs would win this game. 33% said the Giants. That poll is closing. Here is the 2-0. That's going to be hit to right. Tucker is under it and will make the catch for out number 3. But again, the Giants with 2 runs thanks to Matt Chapman with a 2-run shot here in the bottom of the 6th. So we head to the top of the 7th where the Giants lead 5-2. Once again, folks, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Make sure to, again, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play. Again, I know there's a lot of competition out there tonight. So, again, thank you for choosing me as the voice for this game. And again, a special shout out to the members and, of course, the sponsor for the commercial breaks, Coffee Beans. Coffee Beans, thank you very much for your support. I really do appreciate it. Currently happening across Major League Baseball, the Dodgers lead the Reds 3-1. The Padres lead the Mariners 7-6. That's a back-and-forth game there. Tigers and the A's 5-5 at the end of 5. Final scores, the Red Sox beat the Orioles 5-0. Indians over the Rays 3-0. Braves all over the Marlins 11-2. Yankees over the Nationals 5-1. Twins over the Blue Jays 7-5. Mets over the Phillies 6-5. Royals defeat the White Sox 5-4. Blue Jays over the Diamondbacks 9-8. Pirates over the Cardinals 8-3. Rangers over the Angels 7-3. And the Rockies defeating the Astros 6-1. As they close in on win number 40. All right, let's see. We might have a new pitcher. There we go. We do have a new pitcher. It's going to be Joey Lucchesi on the mound. 0-1 record, 3.96 ERA, whip of a 1.24. Last 7 appearances, though, have been shaky. 8.53 ERA with a whip of a 1.89. So we'll see what type of pitcher we get today from Lucchesi. Due up for the Cubs will be Bush, Tucker, and Suzuki. Smash the like and subscribe. It will take less time to do than it took you to read this message or hear this message or listen to the message, whatever you want to call it. Thank you, Magic Man, for your support as always. And again, he's right. Make sure to subscribe. Again, it's free. If you're a sports fan, you may as well do it. It's free. And all I do is do sports on the channel, so definitely subscribe if you're a sports guy or gal. And, of course, a sports bettor. I might be covering a game you need information on, so there you go. Bush is stepping up to the plate, batting .261, OPS of .827, 24 homers and 74 RBIs on the season. Lucchesi kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. This is not Michael Bush. I just looked at that guy right now. This is Justin Turner. He's pretty old. Here is the 0-1. That is in there for a called strike on the inside corner. Turner pinch hitting, batting .218, OPS of .610. 3 homers and 15 RBIs, 0-2 count to Turner. Lucchesi delivers. That is upstairs for ball 1. 93 on the fastball. I think this is the first time I've seen Justin Turner this year in the Cubs games I've done. I probably have seen him, I just don't remember. Here's the 1-2. That is outside for ball 2. Definitely a solid hitter across his major league career. Career batting average of .284, OPS north of 800. Last 7 appearances, though, he's struggled. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. One away for the Cubbies, and that'll bring up Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker is batting .263, OPS of .838, 21 homers and 69 RBIs. He is 1 for 3 on the night. As Lucchesi delivers. Checked his swing. That is inside for ball 1. 93 on the radar gun. One and 0 to Tucker. Lefty on lefty. Lucchesi delivers. Swing and a miss as Tucker was trying to send that into the ocean. One and 1. Lucchesi fires. That is in there for a called strike. 93. Lucchesi looks really good right now. I know he struggled as of late, but hey, looking good right now as it's a 1-2 count. Lucchesi delivers. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Tucker does not like it, and he's letting him know about it. As he walks back. That one was just on the outside corner. You may have been able to see it if you're looking at the screen, but it did indeed catch the zone. It was a good pitch. That'll bring up Seiya Suzuki. Suzuki batting .244, OPS of .797. Here is the pitch. That is upstairs for ball 1. 27 homers and 87 RBIs. Suzuki is 1 for 2 with the walk. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to be a foul ball. It's pronounced Lucchesi. Oh, my goodness. I am the worst. Lucchesi. Thank you, Nick. I know I'm a failure. I appreciate that. 1-1 count. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball. That is in there for a called strike. 1-2. Rising Rhino joining the chat here. Here's the 1-2. That is upstairs ball 2. Folks, make sure to check out Rising Rhino. If you're a football fan, that is tuned in right now, make sure to subscribe to Rising Rhino. That's what he does over there in college football. Really, the Canadian Football League, European League of Football, and, of course, the NFL. And he does, of course, college football as well. Here's the 2-2. That is inside for ball 3. Rising Rhino and I will be doing a show Mondays and Thursday mornings. So a good old, I don't know if it's going to be a debate show or not. I don't really know what the format is. But Dr. DeLay, the broadcaster, is a lot different than Dr. DeLay, the analyst. I can tell you that right now. A lot more toxic. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be jammed, popped up, and Devers is able to make the catch for round number 3. Of course, I'll try to be nice and everything like that. We're a team after all. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, the Giants lead the Cubs 5-2 in this one. Rhino is so tired, I believe it. I'm tired myself, and I took a nap earlier when I got home from work, and I'm still tired. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys for stopping on by. Make sure to hit the like button. Hit that like button. It definitely helps out the channel a lot. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. I mean, again, this is what I do, play-by-play. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, if you're a sports fan, and this is pretty much what I do. Again, a lot of Pirates games, but, again, I do bounce around Major League Baseball as evidenced by tonight. Mostly in the National League as well. I don't really know why it's been like that, but it's been like that. So, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. And, of course, again, I'll be covering the postseason. Of course, plenty of football around the corner. In fact, Thursday night I'll be doing a football game as well. I'll be doing, of course, the Pirates in the afternoon, and then a college football game that evening. Oh, the show's going to be a blast. Just wait and see. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't even know. I'll show up day one unprepared. I always take all the notes that I can. Again, appreciate you guys for stopping by again. Make sure to check out Rising Rhino for all your football needs. And again, thank you, Sports Rastabout, for your support. Do you have a pitching change for the Cubs? It's going to be Taylor Rogers. Taylor Rogers, the Giants fans here probably know about him, as he is 2-2 on the season, 2.29 ERA, whip of a 1.37. As he will face Gilbert, Ramos, and Devers to begin the bottom of the 7th. Again, Gilbert is 3 for 30 to begin his young MLB career. Of course, again, it's a big step from the minors to the majors. That is in there for a called strike, and it's not going to get any easier. It's a lefty on lefty, and Taylor Rogers is one of the best there is. Rogers sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hits, foul. Count is very quickly 0-2 to the rookie center fielder Drew Gilbert. Looks like Gilbert is going to ask for time. Once again, an 0-2 count. Giants lead 5-2 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Nobody out. Nobody on. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball foul. Actually, it was fouled back. Once again, 0-2 to Gilbert. Lefty on lefty. Rogers delivers. That is outside for ball 1. 1-2. Rogers sets. Kicks and deals. That is breaking ball outside for ball 2. That one was in the dirt. Again, you can probably feel it. The game has slowed down a little bit. Probably works for the Giants. Giants, again, more of a pitching team. They would prefer this. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Breaking ball outside. Upstairs, really. Just couldn't make contact. That'll bring up Heliot Ramos. He is 2 for 2 at the walk. Had a pretty nice night tonight. It's batting .263, OPS of .738, 15 homers, and 56 RBIs. Rogers sets and delivers. Ground ball off his foot as he is limping. Of course, that is a foul ball. And the Giants leading 5-2. And I don't want to say never for the Giants, but if they have any chance making the playoffs, they need to probably sweep the Cubs and just get on a roll, because again, they've 7.5 back. They had such a great start to the year, but they have struggled pretty much since June. Here's the 0-1. That is inside for ball one. 1-1 count, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Nobody on. Rogers sets and fires. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Ramos again continues his really good night tonight. He is perfect, 3 for 3. That'll bring up Rafael Devers. He is 1 for 3. Of course, knocking in Ramos in the last at bat with that blooper to left. That was very interesting. Rogers sets, kicks, and deals. That is going to be outside for ball one. Devers batting .252, OPS of .834, 25 homers and 84 RBIs. Rogers sets, kicks, and deals. Ground ball. Oh, a diving attempt by Swanson, throwing to first. What a play by Dansby Swanson. That was a heck of an effort. Oh, my goodness. Not able to get Ramos at second, but just the fact that he was able to throw out Devers. Oh, my goodness. You guys, if you guys look at the highlights of this game, you'll definitely see that one. That was a beautiful play by Swanson. That'll bring up Willy Adames, batting .224, OPS of .720, 22 homers and 65 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That is inside for ball one. Dr. Help, I'm trying to teach my friend how to read defense in football, and he might be the slowest learner in history. I don't know. That's a pretty tough one there. Here is the 1-0. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. I don't know what to tell you, Draven. That's a tough one. I don't know. You just got to play it, really, to kind of read it. Again, runner on second with 2 outs. Adames at the plate. Rogers looking back at second. Kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up, and that is a foul ball. Adames kissing the bat. Again, a 1-2 count with a runner on second. Rogers sets. Looks back again. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Out in front of the breaking ball. He struck him out, and Adames, I thought he was about to break the bat after kissing it, but I don't know. They cut away as we head to the top of the 8th. The Giants lead the Cubs 5-2 as we head to the 8th inning. Once again, folks, thank you so much for just clicking on the live stream. It really does help out the channel. Like, I can't thank you guys enough for doing that. Again, I know there's a lot of options out there for this game, so again, I appreciate you guys for sticking with me through this one. Again, this is what I do. I do a lot of play-by-play, and yeah, again, if you're a sports fan, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play. Again, you don't have to pay a dime. It's free. It is free. You don't have to pay a dime to subscribe. I promise you. There will be no bill sent to you. No, nothing. All you get is more sports. If you're a sports fan, sports better, this is the place to be. This is a place, not the place, but a place to be. You know, if your main streamer isn't on or you need a game to, listen to or whatnot, this is what I do. Let's see. Again, I do appreciate those that have, supported, as far as donations and everything like that. It's very awesome. Thank you. Again, it's very humbling to know that that has happened. And yeah, special shout out to Coffee Beans, who is our scoreboard sponsor. So we're going to go over the scores across Major League Baseball. Padres leading the Mariners 7-3 in the bottom of the 7th. Let's see, the Tigers and the A's tied at 5 apiece at the end of 6. The Dodgers all over the Reds right now, 6-1 at the end of 6. Final scores: Red Sox beating the Orioles 5-0. Indians over the Rays 3-0. Braves over the Marlins 11-2. Yankees over the Nationals 5-1. Twins over the Blue Jays 7-5. Mets over the Phillies 6-5. Royals over the White Sox 5-4. Brewers over the Diamondbacks 9-8. Pirates over the Cardinals 8-3. Rangers over the Angels 7-3, and the Rockies over the Astros 6-1. Due up in the top of the 8th is Crow Armstrong, Kelly, and Happ. Crow Armstrong's had a really nice night tonight. He is 2 for 3. As here is the pitch. That's going to be popped up, and that's going foul. Crow Armstrong is batting .257, OPS of .807, 28 homers and 82 RBIs on the season. Maybe you could teach Kyle Murray why you teach this guy. Yeah, we'll see. Again, I have the Cardinals making the playoffs this year. It's a 7th seed. Here is the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. We'll see. You know, I feel like, though, if the Cardinals don't make it, they're going to be looking for a change at quarterback. They have to. There's no way they can't. There's just too much losing there. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be hit foul. As they zoom in to PCA's face on the screen and the scoreboard out there. That's interesting. 0-2 count. Here is the pitch. Ground ball to second. Nice play. Throws to first. Crow Armstrong again hustling. You really like to see that. He just, even though it's going to be a, easy out, he still just books it. I just respect that. I love that. Love it when players give it their all. That'll bring up Carson Kelly. He's batting .262, OPS of .795, 13 homers and 42 RBIs. The Angels getting his wings. It's looking like it, as looks like that'll be it for Lucchesi. Lucchesi is done. So pretty good job out of the pen. As again, he didn't allow a walk or a hit, and that will bring up Jose Butto, new pitcher for the Giants. 4-3 record, 3.49 ERA, whip of a 1.31. Last 7 appearances, 5.06 ERA. I'm assuming that's all as a Giant. So as a Giant, well, no, as a Giant, he's actually 2.79. So that's actually pretty good. Okay, that is going to be your new pitcher for the Giants. Again, we're in a pitching change, so bear with me, folks. Appreciate you guys again for stopping on by. Definitely helps out the channel. It really does. Like, just clicking on the live stream is a huge help to this little channel. And again, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Definitely do that if you're a sports fan. And again, I will be back here tomorrow night as well. I'll be doing Game 2 of the series, Giants and the Cubs. And, of course, Thursday will not be coming back here. But, again, if you're a Cubs fan, I'll definitely see you guys at the postseason. Giants fan, hey, you never know. Again, you have been featured more on the channel than the other average Major League team. Maybe not as much as of late, but there is, again, you guys are featured on here a lot because, of course, one of the OG subscribers to the channel is a Giants fan. So definitely showing my appreciation for that. I really do appreciate, again, the supporters of the channels, especially the ones that have been here since day one or, first month or 2 months or whatnot. Philadelphia Phillies lost 9 straight at City. Really? That's an interesting stat there, Chris. Thank you for that. That's a good one. You got to tell JJ that one. Or Pure Adrenaline. That's a good one. All right, Butto again coming up. He is on the mound. He will face Kelly. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right. Matos is under it and makes the catch. For round number 2. That'll bring up Ian Happ. Happ is batting .227. OPS of .712, 16 homers, and 56 RBIs. He's 1 for 3 on the night with a double and a run scored. As Buto delivers. That is outside for ball 195 on the radar gun. Count is 1-0. Here is the pitch. That is outside for ball 2. We Phillies just can't get the Mets at home. Yeah, I mean, that could be probably won't be a problem for the playoffs, but yeah, that is unfortunate. Here's the 2-0. That is in there for a called strike. Looking forward to the playoffs. The NL, again, the NL is so stacked. Here's the 2-1. That'll be a chopper foul. I feel like whoever wins the NL side is going to win the World Series. I just feel like the NL is very dominant this year. So we'll see. Again, the Mets have been struggling, but again, they're a team with a lot of talent. Here is the pitch, and that is outside for ball 3. Now, obviously, the Cubs again with a very explosive offense that at any moment could just pop off and just put up a bunch of runs in an inning. Here is the 3-2. Swing and a miss. It's not this inning. He struck him out. So we head to the bottom of the 8th, where the Giants still lead 5-2 over the Cubs. Austin Hayes, a 2-run home run to cut the Dodgers lead 6-3. Okay, again, that'll be an interesting. The Reds are another team. I know they're, kind of, like not the best, but that's definitely a. What in the world is this? Okay, well, we're just going to move on. The Reds, again, they were playing really solid, and they're somewhat keeping pace with the Mets. Not as of the last few days, but, again, it's not. It wouldn't shock me if they were able to make the playoffs and like steal a series from somebody. AL, again, I don't know. I mean, I understand the records are pretty much the same when you compare AL, NL, but I just feel like it's more. I mean, the Tigers and the Blue Jays and the Red Sox, they've been coming alive. And the Yankees seem to be finding their steps. So maybe there's more teams than I really give them credit for, but we'll see. We'll see. Again, I just feel like the NL's got it this year. I think whoever wins the NL, the NLCS is going to win the World Series. Again, appreciate you guys for stopping on by. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. If you love sports, this is a good channel to have on your feed. I'm just saying. It's free, by the way. It won't cost you a dime. But again, I know there's other people calling this game tonight, so again, appreciate you guys for choosing me as the voice for this one. That is really awesome. I do appreciate you guys. Two for the Giants will be Schmidt, Flores, and Chapman. Schmidt is 0 for 3 on the night. Spanning 241, OPS of 728, 9 homers, and 29 RBIs. Reds can't win on the road. Well, let's see here. Reds are 32-35. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's fine. That's not terrible. You know who can't win on the road? The Pirates were 19-45 on the road. That is a team that can't win on the road. Here's the pitch. That is upstairs for ball 1. Pirates coming alive. Oh, yeah. Pirates haven't even lost a game yet, so, I mean, they're pretty good. We do have a new pitcher for the Cubs. I'll try to get you his information as soon as possible. As here's the 1-0. That is in the dirt for ball 2. That's a good opportunity. This is Jordan Wicks. It's 0 for 1 on the season, 9.72 ERA, a whip of a 2.4. Just hasn't really pitched much this year, but when he has, it hasn't been good. Here's the 2-0. That is outside ball 3. The 3-0 count to Casey Schmidt. As Wicks kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. 3-1 to Casey Schmidt. As Wicks sets. Rocks and fires. That's going to be hit right to Swanson, who leaps and makes the catch for out number 1. Swanson's had a nice night. Again, he really tried on that blooper by Devers, just couldn't secure the catch. He booked it though. That was effort. That'll bring up Wilmer Flores. He is homered in this one as Wicks kicks and deals. Chopper to short. Swanson has it. Throws to first for out number 2. It's very quickly 2 outs. That'll bring up Matt Chapman, who's also homered in this one. Chapman batting .229, OPS of .769, 17 homers and 46 RBIs. He is 1 for 2 on the night with a walk. Next 3 series at home against the Cardinals, Blue Jays, and the Mets. Okay, that's pretty good to have him at home as Wicks kicks and deals. And that'll be hit to right. But Tucker is right there. That's an Adam ball, right? Adam for out number 3. Well, hey, a good performance for Wicks there as we head to the top of the ninth. The Cubs one last chance to make it interesting. The Giants lead 5-2. Again, appreciate you guys for stopping on by. Again, for one last time here, we'll be looking over the scoreboard sponsor and the scoreboard. Again, thank you very much, Coffee Beans, for that. I do appreciate it. Appreciate, again, everyone for tuning on in, as here's the scoreboard probably for the final time, unless the Cubs are maybe able to tie it up. The Padres, they lead the Mariners 7-6. 5-5 in Sacramento as they're hosting the Tigers. In the bottom of the 7th, the Dodgers lead the Reds 6-3. Final scores: Red Sox over the Orioles 5-0. Indians over the Rays 3-0. Braves over the Marlins 11-2. Yankees over the Nationals 5-1. Twins over the Blue Jays 7-5. Mets over the Phillies 6-5. Royals over the White Sox 5-4. Brewers over the Diamondbacks 9-8. Pirates again moving to 133-0. It's just a really great year for the Pirates with the 8-3 win over the Cardinals. Rangers defeat the Angels 7-3, and the Rockies over the Astros 6-1. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys for tuning on in. Make sure, again, to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. I mean, again, this is what I do here every single day. And if I do miss a day, again, you can rest assured I'll be back on the next day. But I haven't missed a day since July 27th. It's been quite the streak. This is the man you will see to go on out and try to get the save. Ryan Walker, 4-4 record, 3.63 ERA. 1.12 whip. Has 11 saves on the season. The Cubs will have Horner, Swanson, and Shaw due up here in the top of the ninth. As Walker sets, kicks, and deals. That is in there for a called strike. Like and subscribe and turn on notifications today so you don't miss a minute of play-by-play with Dr. Delay. Thank you very much, Sports Restaurant. I really do appreciate you. As Walker is actually going to switch out of baseball. Didn't like it, despite the strike call. 0-1 count. Walker sets, kicks, and deals. That is in there for a called strike. Horner didn't like the call. That one was a 50-50 call, going in favor of the Giants. Walker sets, rocks, and fires. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. Reds have a 9-game homestand. Yep. Should take advantage. They should definitely do that. 0-2 count. Here is the pitch. That is way outside for ball 1. And the Giants with a 5-2 lead here in the top of the ninth over the Cubs. It's been a pretty good game. Here is the 1-2. Jammed him. Grounder to second. Throws to first for out number 1. Horner was booking it, but just not able to get there in time. One away here in the top of the ninth. That'll bring up Dansby Swanson. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Spanning .245, OPS of .698, 18 homers, and 58 RBIs on the season. Walker kicks and deals. That is outside for ball 1. 1-0 count to Swanson. Walker kicks and fires. That's going to be hit, and that's going to get down for a base hit. As Gilbert is there to retrieve it and throw it back in, so maybe a little bit something interesting here for the Cubbies. As Willie Castro is going to be pinch hitting for Shaw. Spanning 237, OPS of 7, 10, 11 homers, and 30 RBIs on the season. Again, a runner on first with 1 out for the Cubs. As Bailey and Walker having a little chat there, but Bailey is going back to his respective position there as Castro digs in. Walker sets and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 0-1 count to Castro. Castro is actually going to ask for time here, so a little bit of a delay here. Trying to slow the game down. I'm not too sure. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That is way outside for ball 1. 95 on the fastball. Bailey doing a good job to hop on over there. Because again, there's a runner on first for the Cubbies. 1-1. Walker fires. Swing and a miss. 95 right down the middle. Come and get it if you can. Giants fans getting a little bit louder here. Again, 1-2 count. Walker sets, rocks, and fires. That'll be hit to left, and that is a foul ball. Count is 1-2. Walker sets, kicks, and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Castro, and I thought I saw a pinch hitter for Turner. So, yep, that's going to bring up Owen Casey, another rookie for the Cubs. He's 5 for 19 in his young MLB career, batting .263, OPS of 774, 1 homer and 4 RBIs. Again, the Cubs are down to their final outs with the runner on first. The Giants with a 3-run lead. As Casey steps up to the plate. Giants fans are loud. Here's the pitch. That is inside for ball 1. 1-0 counts to Owen Casey, pinch hitting for Turner. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and that is a foul ball. Count is 1-1 to Casey. Walker sets, rocks, and fires. That is in the dirt, ball 2. Bailey with a nice job scooping that one. Once again, folks, a reminder, I'll be back here tomorrow. Again, the Giants and the Cubs for Game 2. So, again, make sure to check me out tomorrow as well as Walker sets, kicks, and deals. That is in there for a called strike at the knees. And the Giants fans getting really loud again. The Cubs down to their final strike. Giants fans coming to their feet. Walker sets, rocks, and fires. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. As the ball boy or ball grandpa had to get out of the way there, I guess. And they will once again rise for the 2-2. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The Giants take Game 1 against the Cubs 5-2. As the Giants will move to 64 and 68, the Cubs will fall to 76 and 56. Well, that was a little bit of an upset there. Again, the Giants, the pitcher, Boyd, definitely had a rough outing. As there you can see, I guess I can move that out of the way. I was going to show you guys the box score. There you have it again. The Giants with an early lead in the second, 1-0, and then the Cubs tied it up in the fourth, and then they actually took the lead in the top of the fifth, but the Giants never gave it up as they took it back in the fifth to lead 3-2 in the fifth, and then they tacked on 2 more in the sixth, and that's pretty much where it was. A 5-2 victory for the Giants. Verlander gets his second win of the year as he moves to 2-10. Boyd drops to 12-7. Walker with his 12th save of the season. And you got to rely on the Athletics plus 1.5. How is that looking over there? How is that looking? 5-5. Ooh, good luck. Once again, folks, thank you guys so much. Make sure to first off, again, thank you very much for clicking on the live stream. That is number one. Thank you again. That really helps this little channel out. Number 2, again, if you're a sports fan, definitely consider subscribing to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. Again, I mostly do Pirates, but again, I do bounce around as evidenced by tonight's game. And of course, I'll be doing a lot of football coming up later down the road. Make sure, again, hit the like button and subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. DeLay. Good game, good call, good night. Thank you, Denny, for stopping on by, and thank you again, Sports Roustabout, for your support as always. And again, I'll be back here tomorrow. I'll be sure to make that I'll make that tomorrow. Actually, I'll make it right after the stream. How about that? Again, a shout out to the members. Again, thank you very much for everyone that has supported me. The extra support. Again, that's not necessary, but I really do appreciate it. Hammer, Trisk, and Chris, appreciate you guys. And again, Coffee Beans, of course. She's the scoreboard sponsor. That's that extra tier. The Sports Gifted, again, Hammer Gifting Sports Roustabout. Again, that's really nice of you, Hammer. Again, thank you very much. Super Chatters, Hammer, Rising Rhino, Magic Man, Draven, Abacus, Flinch, Hugh, and we're going to shorten that, and then Rolling with Randy. Again, thank you very much, guys. I really do appreciate you guys so much. It really does help out the channel a lot. It really does. Utter hits the hook at even. Money makes it a wash. It's for me, it's GG. Yeah. Oh, for sure. All right, let's see if I don't know if there's anyone else out there that I can redirect. We'll see. But if not, well, this might be it. But if I can, I will try to send you somewhere else. And maybe they'll appreciate it. I don't know. Maybe they won't. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. All right, we're going to go and do it again. All right, well, stay tuned if you want some more YouTube. If your night is not over, I will catch you guys in the next one. See you tomorrow for Game 2 of the series. You guys have a great night.